Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2025 SEC season win total predictions. It is Saturday, and you know what Saturday means? That's college football. When I think about Saturdays, I think of college football. And for the next few Saturdays, I will have season win totals for you. We absolutely killed it last year on our season win totals. Go ahead and give that a like and subscribe if you appreciate the wins last year, if you were a part of it. But if you're new, welcome. We're going to absolutely kill it this year. I have three season win totals for you for the SEC, the biggest conference, and I will have the Big Ten, the Big 12, and then other conferences as well as we go on each of these Saturdays coming up. Also, here in the prop market, I do more than just props. I know it says I'm the prop market, I'm the prop king, but I do a lot more than that. I do over unders. I do spread picks and also season win totals. Currently, right now, I just finished up my NFL season player prop show, and it's probably the best show I've ever made. Go ahead and watch that show. It is absolutely gold. If you want to win money, go do that. I'm telling you, you are going to kill it. Also, with that being said, I will have NBA Summer League coming up this summer. It's probably the best market to bet on out of any market. If you're not familiar with it, go and get on that. So hit the subscribe button. We got a bunch of content coming, college football, NFL football, and some great picks in the summer. Also doing some WNBA as well. So a lot going on here. Three player props, as I mentioned. You see Arch Manning. So obviously one of these picks are going to be the Texas Longhorns. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with my Texas A&M Aggies here. Head coach Mike Elko. 2024 record 8-5, conference record 5-3. I absolutely love Mike Elko as a coach. 2025 win total is set at 7.5. And I think that's absolutely way too low. You know, the Aggies are known as Mr. 8. They always get 8 wins. I don't understand the 7.5, especially with all these things coming up, talking about these Aggies' important facts. Returning quarterback Marcel Reed, he's an absolute winner. Showed that last year. A lot of experience, a lot of talent. Dual threat guy, can run, throw, can do it all. And he's gotten better from everything coming out of Aggie camp. Also, top 10 in returning production in the country. So 70% returning production for the Texas A&M Aggies overall. 64% returning on offense. Some really good studs coming back on offense. You got the two top running backs coming back in Moss and Daniels. They're going to battle it out for carries. We already talked about Marcel Reed. And then, look on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of people returning as well. Starters in the safeties and corners, linebackers, everyone's, they got a lot of guys coming back. And the defense is super talented. And Mike Elko is a really good defensive coach, offense and defensive coach. He's going to have his coordinators taking care of the ball. I absolutely love these picks. And then next, one of the best offensive lines in college football. I got them ranked as the third best offensive line in college football. Strong offensive line. They're nasty. They're big. They're physical. I love them on the offensive line, returning 4 out of 5 starters. Then you got, like I said, you got the two running backs running right behind them. So the talent there is just a lot of talent there in College Station. Not to mention they've been recruiting really well. 5 stars there to back those guys up for competition and practice and competition to get on the field. So from a talent perspective, Texas A&M is elite. Also with experience, they are elite. Coach is elite, and then quarterback I feel is going to be really good. And I love teams that are good in the trenches. So I love everything about their team. Now let's get to their schedule because when you talk about win totals, it's not just about the team, it's also about how many wins they have them at. Well, we saw they have them at a low win total at 7.5. And here we're going to get to their schedule. UTSA is not a bad team, but they're not on the talent level of Texas A&M. Neither is Utah State, so I got 2 wins. You see the wins? The wins count as 1 point for me. This is how I calculate the total wins I have at the bottom. So every win is 1 point. The T, those are toss ups. Okay, they could win, they could lose. It's up and down for me. They get a point 5 point for that for me. And then the L's is a 0 point. Those are games I'm almost sure they're gonna win. They're gonna lose. So when I see a W, I'm very confident they're gonna win. So I'm confident in UTSA and Utah State. Notre Dame, I'm thinking it's a toss up. It's gonna be a night game in Notre Dame. They're playing on the road. Although Notre Dame did do really well last year. They lost a quarterback. They lost a lot. I'm not too high on Notre Dame. I'm not sure what they're going to look like as they're coming in. So I do have that as a toss up right there for the Notre Dame versus Texas A&M game, and it's going to be on prime time. It's going to be prime time TV for sure. Auburn, not too high on them, so I do have a win for Texas A&M there. Mississippi State, they're going to struggle this year, so that's going to be an easy win for Texas A&M there. Florida, okay, toss up. I'm high on Florida. I think Florida is going to be pretty good, but Texas A&M does have them in College Station. If I had to lean, I would probably take Texas A&M right now. Arkansas, they're going to be at a talent deficit. I do like their quarterback, Taylor Green, but I don't like everything else around them. I don't think they have enough skill position guys or speed on their team. Give me Texas A&M over Arkansas. LSU, not as high as LSU as other people are. I got that as a toss-up only because it's in Death Valley. If it was in College Station, I would have an easy win for A&M, but I think it's a toss-up. I'm not so high on LSU. Missouri, here we go. Missouri, not so high on them. They lost their starting quarterback. They lost their best receiver, their second best receiver. They lost a lot. Give me the win for them at Missouri. Then South Carolina, Lenora Sellers, I think is going to be really good. But from top to bottom, I think Texas A&M has more talent. Give me the win there. And then Samford, give me the win for over Samford. That's going to be easy win. And then last but not least, give me Texas. I got a loss for them. Texas is way too talented, and it's going to be the last game, huge rivalry game. Give me Texas. With that being said, all that up, I still get 9.5 wins. I love them over 7.5 wins. Next team is the Florida Gators. Head coach Billy Napier, he has taken a lot of heat here, and for right reasons. He's made some questionable decisions. Not probably the highest ranked coach in the SEC, but he has a lot of talent, and the record, was better than what people expected. 7-5, conference record 4-4. 2025 win total line is set at 6.5. The Gators' important facts. Here's some things. Returning starter quarterback DJ Lagway, former five-star Elite 11 quarterback who I think is going to be an absolute stud. He's going to be great this year. It's going to be have his best year, honestly, because they're not going to know what's coming. Next year, they're going to be able to figure him out a little more. DJ Lagway should have a great year this year. And for that reason alone, I think he's going to be, up there in the Heisman Trophy talk this year. That's how high I am on DJ Lagway. Returning four out of five starting linemen. Once again, the trenches very important, and they are very strong there. A lot of production there in the offensive line. And then a lot of production, returning production in total all together. They're ranked eighth in returning production, six on offense, seven on defense. Here's some of the defensive guys returning. They got Tyreek Sapp, a stud, Jordan Castile, Bryson Thornton, Caleb Banks, Grayson Howard, all defensive guys returning. Really strong defensive group. And then on offense, they have Jaden Ball, the running back who showed glimpses last year of being great. And then Eugene Wilson, wide receiver, who I think is going to be an absolute star in the making on the receiving side. So a lot of returning production, good in the trenches, and a really good quarterback. I like all those things. Coach is questionable, but with that being said, let's go and look at their schedule. Long Island, that's a cupcake. That's a W for them. South Florida, it's going to be a tough game, but I think they still get the win there with the talent gap. LSU, once again, we're in Death Valley, but I still think it's going to be a toss up. Miami, I got it as a toss up, although if I had to make a pick, I would go with Miami because of Carson Beck. I do think they will be better, uh, not better than last year, but they will still be very good. Texas, now I have that as a loss. Texas A&M, toss up. We already talked about that. Mississippi State, oh well, Mississippi State's going to struggle this year. So I got another win. Georgia. Now we got Georgia. We're coming in with Georgia. I got it as a loss. Even though I'm not as high on Georgia this year, not high on Stockton, Gunnar Stockton. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I think he's going to struggle in big moments, but I still think overall Georgia has a little more talent. They take the win on that game. So I got Kentucky. I think Florida just, runs them over. Kentucky's going to struggle this year. Ole Miss, they're going to have a losing Dart. They're not going to be as good as last year. Although I take the coaching, I think Ole Miss wins the coaching battle. I think Florida has a little bit too much talent. Give me the W there. Tennessee. Tennessee losing Nico was a huge thing. They're not making a huge deal about it, but I don't think Tennessee's going to be very good this year. I would bet their unders if I had to bet on their team total. Give me the win for Florida there. And then Florida State, Thomas Castellanos from Florida State, their quarterback, he's been talking a lot. I think he thinks he's a lot better than he is. I don't think Florida State's going to be able to compete with Florida. Give me the W there. Total set at 8.5 wins when you add that all up. I absolutely love them over 6.5 wins. They're going to easily get to 7 wins. Even though the schedule is tough, you know, a lot of these games are toss-ups, and a lot of these games, I just think they're going to absolutely win. They can even be an SEC dark horse to possibly win SEC title. That's how high I am on Florida. Now to the Texas Longhorns. Head coach Steve Sarkisian. 2024, 10-2 record, conference record 7-1. Total win line is set at 9.5. Longhorn impact facts. The best defense in the country, in my opinion. Yes, they have some studs coming back. Uh, Very good players. Colin Simmons, who's probably going to be the number one overall pick when his time comes. He's coming back on the line, defensive line. Got Trey Moore, moved him to linebacker. Hill, another really good linebacker. Some good corners and safeties as well, with a lot of experience. So that defense is just stout. Only not favored in one game, and that's versus Georgia. So every other game they're favored. So out of their 12 games, 11 of them are favored. Can't beat that, especially when your number's set at 9.5. Arch Manning, an upgrade from Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers was a system guy. Arch Manning has a little bit more to him. He should be a little bit of an upgrade there in that position. Not a huge upgrade as he's not going to have the experience, but they don't need much. The defense is strong. They also have a really good returning receivers, and I absolutely love Baxter, their running back that's coming back. He was a former 5-star, but he got injured last year. And they also have the other running backs that they had last year. But Baxter's going to be an absolute stud and star. This team is full of talent. They're still recruiting 5 stars on the line up and down. They're strong on the defensive line and offensive line. And Steve Sarkisian really showed his worth. So I absolutely love Texas from a talent level and also from an experience level. And here we go with their schedule. Ohio State. It's a toss up. Toss up for me only because it's in Ohio State's first game of Arch Manning starting. If it wasn't his first game, I would say Texas wins. Ohio State also is bringing in some new guys as well, so new starters. So I got it as a toss up. If I had to lean, I'm taking Texas. San Jose State, it's a cupcake. UTEP, cupcake. Sam Houston, cupcake. So three easy wins for Texas. No disrespect to those teams because they are D1 players and D1 athletes, but they don't have the talent level to stay with Texas. Florida, I think they're going to win that game. It's at Florida. I think it's going to be a very tough game, but I think they go into the swamp and get the win. Oklahoma, it's a talent gap. It's gotten worse. Give me Texas in that game. Kentucky, not very good, as I said. Mississippi, not very good this year. Vandy, I don't think they're going to be very good either. So those goes three easy wins right there for me. So that's six. That's 6 wins, and I don't even think they're gonna even come close to losing. Then you got Georgia. It's a toss up for me. It's at Georgia. That's the only reason why it's a toss up. But like I said, I think Texas is more talented. They have the better quarterback. Coaching is about equal. Give me Texas in that game to be honest. But we'll go with the toss up. And then Arkansas, it's going to be a win. And then Texas A&M, the end of the season, I think they put it on Texas A&M at the end of the season. I think their depth will still be strong at the end of the season. That's another reason they're going to wear on these teams. Total 11 wins. Give me the over 9.5 wins. This is going to be an easy cash. Run to the booth. Wherever you got to go. You got to press your finger on the button, over 9.5 wins. Go ahead and cash that in. Continue to help me grow. My channel has grown a lot, over 300 new subscribers in the last month or two, but I still need help with my channel growing. So if you're watching this and you enjoyed the content, like I said, for the next few Saturdays, I will have content for you for college football. Go check out my NFL player props show, the best show I've ever made. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the comments as well. Let me know how I did. If you have disagree, agree. If you have a pick from the SEC that you want to talk about that you maybe want me to respond on, I'm more than welcome to do that. In fact, I love to. So if, there's 16 teams in the SEC. I only gave you 3 picks. So if you want to, get my opinion on some of the other picks, just give me a message in the comment section and I'll go ahead and respond to it for sure. But of course, hit the subscribe button, help me continue to grow. And like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.